Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Now,
favorite lizard.
Favorite lizard? I think the one that shoots. It has to be like the one that shoots blood out of its eyes, right? Like
I feel like
the
if
cop
it's
out
your
answer.
favorite, you at least need to know its name.
I don't know. I don't know any lizard. I don't know any animal names, honestly.
I know crocodile.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So I can never decide between crocodile and alligator. I feel like I like alligators more because they're bigger. They're like chunkier. But here's the thing.
Loch Ness counts. Does Loch Ness count as a...
the Ogopogo's better, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
In Canada, the Canadian Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that was just a rip-off.
No, see, the Loch Ness Monster, that was just a log.
You're just a guy. You're the kind of guy that goes for... yeah, I just choked on... I was eating before this, and I'm still digesting stuff in my mouth while we're talking right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You don't actually really swallow your food. You just kind of let it sit in your mouth and absorb saliva until it's like a goop, and then you let it just slide down.
It just slides down, yeah, exactly. You know,
that's what Ogopogo does. Probably.
Yeah, probably, and that's what I do to all my victims also that I encounter. You know, in my day to day.
That's cool. Is there a monster like that in fiction? That feels like a Hellboy thing. I've been reading a lot of Hellboy.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe like a BPRD
you won't
thing.
Stop talking about it.
It's awesome, dude. I love it.
They kill Mothman at one point.
BPRD. I don't think they have yet. I have yet to see Mothman in the ones I'm reading.
I feel like Mothman would be a good guy. I
have a reading order. He's probably gonna be a good guy.
I choose to believe that Mothman is a good guy. Like as a in like overall cryptid law.
He gave warnings, didn't he?
Yeah, like I don't know, like because like that's the thing. It's like
he precedes a natural disaster.
It's like
not unnatural.
It's like God, When you believe in God, you can just choose to believe into.
It's very God, radical that you're saying the Holy Spirit is Mothman.
Yeah,
it's the Father, the Son, and Mothman.
Father and Son.
The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah,
yeah. It's the bridge, the Mothman, and like some third. I don't know. I got red eyes. I don't know. That would be part of Mothman, but yeah. I just choose to believe that he's a good guy in general. You know.
I don't think that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
He informs us of disasters when he did appear. Has he credibly appeared for a while?
I think so, right? I think does he? I wonder what's the last. Actually, that's the last.
Jamie, can you look up Mothman?
Sighting
look up last Mothman
of Mothman.
That's the guy on Joe Rogan that he talks to, right?
Yeah, Jamie.
I've never watched an episode of Joe Rogan.
The Mothman are probably seen.
But I know the references. People go like, Jamie, pull that up.
Oh, I didn't know that Mothman was only visible for like a period of time. It was from 1966 to 1967.
So we haven't seen him since.
He hasn't been seen recent. Like there's a Reddit post, and you can always believe that Reddit has all the good stuff on it. It's a huge article. Someone apparently reported one in the scroll down to the bottom. Early July 2024.
I want to believe Mothman is real, but I can't believe all the cranks that say they've seen him. Unfortunately,
okay,
because it ruins the sort of special nature of him.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I believe in Mothman. I just don't believe that you've seen him. Basically,
exactly. I think it would ruin some of the splendor if people saw him too regularly. It would be like, there's Mothman again.
That sounds like a way to literally make one of the people that get like really into it go insane. Like they would kill you. Like if you said that to them.
By just saying he's not cool anymore because people keep seeing him.
No. Just saying, like it exists. I believe that. I just don't believe that you've seen it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the like literally.
I believe Mothman exists. I think you're just a liar.
Yeah, I think you're just a liar. Like yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's the sort of thing that would push them. You would land yourself in the news, you know. The day before, the Ben.
I think I could take on a Mothman guy.
Like a believer in the Mothman.
I feel like Mothman guys are all like
pretty skinny.
probably like 57. No, I was gonna say big, but not healthy.
I don't
They've
know,
probably
like,
got like big beards.
but they have those like, you know, old man strength in hands when they like their grip strength is
No,
like
they don't
insane.
have workers'
Oh,
strength.
no,
They've
they
been
don't.
working at like they've been an accountant for
Okay.
like 45 years.
I don't know. Working a typewriter gives you probably pretty strong hands over time.
Buzzed. I need to put on silence.
Oh,
Do you
no.
think so?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I never met a office worker that worked in a typing.
I've never
office.
met an office worker that couldn't beat my ass. Is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. You know, I just choose not to fight. You know, that's the issue of it, is that like I'm a bigger man in this, so they
You're a
win
bigamist?
physically, but like morally, I win in that situation always.
I
you
think
know?
that's true. I often think about the fact that if I angered somebody by speaking the truth and then they beat me up, I wonder if I would take it back. I like to think I would at least have the wherewithal to be like, my point still stands, even if you've caved.
Yeah,
my face in.
exactly.
But you never know until you're in the moment. I could be the kind of person who's like, I give up. Don't stop,
yes.
please. And
You've seen the Mothman. I believe you.
You saw him. Stop hitting me.
And then
I think I could.
he flies away on
I
the
like
wing,
to think
and
I
he was
have the
Mothman.
ability to hold off and be like, nah, I still stand by my point, even though you've kicked my ass.
I don't know. I never found myself in a situation where I had to fight for my principles in any way. shape, or
Neither
form.
have I, but I think about it. That's what I'm saying. I've never had to do it, but I think about it.
You do the like
Sometimes.
saving the situation, like recreations inside your imagination, where it's like, oh, if I was on the, you know,
I think I'm literally describing the opposite. I'm saying I'm getting my ass kicked.
yeah, I
in
know,
the
but it's
dream.
like even in your recreations, you're getting your ass kicked, but at the end, you're like, yeah, I'm not telling, you know, I'm not saying what you want me to say, which
you
is
can't shut me up.
you can't shut me up.
I have a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That
But
makes
yeah.
me a stronger man.
We have a viewer base
mental
that
is better.
exists. I'm telling you, they're out there. Mm-hmm. And that's a cryptid itself, a dead Ensigns listener of some kind. That would be a
True.
cryptid. If you
They're
spot
so
one,
few
in a
and
while.
far between, am I right?
Yeah, you can like literally can't spot them. You know, people don't think they exist, but they're out there somewhere.
They hide among us.
They
They could even
be
be your neighbor.
just like
They could
any.
be your dog.
Yeah. What if
They
a
could
dead?
be me. They could be you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't even listen to their podcast, so you know.
I certainly don't.
Exactly. What a waste of time, right?
I load it up and look at the timestamp so I can put the length into the upload on the podcast site, and then I go, all right, that's good enough, and then I close it.
90.
Unless I really, really need to think like, what's the title gonna be? Then I'll load it up and be like, I'll jump around a bit and be like, what did we talk about?
And then
17 minutes and 12 seconds in.
sometimes you'll message me saying like, well, what were we even talking
I haven't
about?
done that for a while.
And then I would be like, I don't know, here's some bullet points or something.
I'm a little bit better for it these days.
A little bit. Just one of these days. But yeah, I don't know.
Sure, yeah, it's just one of those days.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that song.
Just
I've
came
been
to your
thinking about Limp Bizkit a lot recently.
You've had Fred Durst on the mind.
Fred Durst on the mind, yeah.
Why is that?
I just think of the time, you know, the time of like the new metal and like rap metal rock and stuff. Like I
He's
feel
still
like
around.
I know,
You know,
but the
they've
aesthetic is gone. That's the thing. That's what I'm telling you.
I think you're not in the right circles. I bet there are still people, because that'll be coming back soon too. Because
Maybe.
we've shifted out of 80s nostalgia now into 90s nostalgia. It won't be long until we're back in the
True.
new metal
Do you
phase.
think it's gonna happen when when Stranger Things does it?
I don't think they're not going to get to it.
I don't think they're all going to die.
This is the last season of Stranger Things coming up, and I think it's like
it was the
early 90s.
Was it the early? Then yeah, there you go. You get early, like I guess early.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, that's grunge. That's not new metal.
Yeah, that's true.
You can relive some grunge moment. Yeah. Nirvana isn't new metal.
I know. I'm saying grunge. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well.
Nirvana is a new metal.
Do you think they'll have an episode?
It'd be cool if they were.
Do you think they'll have an episode in that show where they react to him shooting himself in the head with a big shotgun? They'll be like fighting the big. They'll be fighting the big super D&D bad guy from the other dimension, and then in the middle, one of them will be like, "Well, guys, Kurt Cobain just shot himself."
No,
and
I
they're
feel
gonna be like, "Fuck."
No, what they'll do is Kurt Cobain is gonna join their group, and it's gonna fight the big monster. Turns out he didn't shoot himself; it was the big monster in a sacrificial moment.
It's a cool idea.
He shoots himself through the head, but the monster's behind him, so he has to shoot himself in the head.
First bit of the season is secret organization being Kurt Cobain. We need your help fighting. The Super Gorgon.
Yes.
The Super Gorgon is here and it's terrorizing the small town of Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
We need your help.
Here's
and then there's a comic book movie scene where he reaches behind something. You're like, oh my god, is he gonna grab it? Is he gonna grab it? And then he pulls out the shotgun, and you're like, yes,
that's the
it's
shotgun.
His signature shotgun.
Legendary weapon. It's like He-Man's sword, but it's a shotgun.
And then he's like, I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo, or whatever. Whatever that song was. I didn't listen to them. I didn't really listen to them. Anyway, welcome to Dead Ensigns.
Number one,
grunge. Up and coming grunge fans.
I'm
learning my way around.
Yeah, we're just kind of like feeling it around, you know?
Yeah. Maybe we should change the name of our podcast to Smells Like
Demogorgon. And it's a Stranger Thing.
Our new Stranger Things Nirvana fan cast called Smells Like Stranger Things Spirit.
Yeah, exactly.
It smells like the other side.
That's
teen.
a good one.
It smells like teen
from the other.
It smells like the other teen spirit side.
The upside down, I think it was called.
The upside down is what it was called. Smells like the upside down teen.
That's a good.
Well,
that's good, and it's just the cover of the baby, but it's upside down.
But it's a demigorgon.
Oh, and it's upside down.
It's a demigorgon. It's upside down. And it's chasing the boy, the little homosexual boy.
Oh no. You can't be gay in the upside down.
It was, I think in the last season, there was a big bit about how he was in love with the main boy.
Yeah.
But then he completely forgot the fact that he's been straight the entire show, and he got upset because he was like, fuck.
Sometimes, you find out those things a bit later. Then
I think it's okay to make fun of him because the kid is a hard Zionist, I believe.
Well... He's just a kid.
I think it's okay to make fun of him. I think
it's just a kid. He'll grow out of it.
I had to sniff. That's gross. I'm Ben. This is Max.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Or as our forum names are, Kurt. Kurt plus L equals awesome. Mm-hmm. And this is what's your forum name, Max, for the Nirvana / Stranger Things?
I'm like XXX Silent Killer XXX, I think, or something like that.
You couldn't think of anything strange. You couldn't be like
no.
You couldn't be like because Demogorgon on drums.
I just use all my that's my Xbox Live nickname, so I just use it for everything.
What did you?
Did you come up with any new username for every single thing you make? Okay.
Sometimes.
All right.
Sometimes I'll be there and I'll go like, you know what? Let's mix it up a bit, and I'll change it up.
That's just
do something different.
I guess if you have
sometimes
so much spare
sticks.
time, then I guess you can just do that.
Sometimes
I guess if you just do nothing except for coming up with nicknames
you get so
or something.
Defensive so quickly, man.
Well, because
I push you a little bit, and now all of a sudden it's like I'm
like this thing that I don't really care about, and you're like, wow, and just immediately judging me for it.
I want to get
insane.
sushi later, man.
You want to get sushi? That's
Yeah, I
like
wanna
you
get
can't
some
like
sushi.
it's not you can't eat raw fish. It'll give you worms.
That's fine. I welcome the worms.
No worms. You become their vessel.
I have a little microscopic banner in my colon that says welcome. Welcome.
Well, I have an entire like amusement park down there. So I have more worms than you.
But you just said you don't
like
want
a
worms.
bit
You said you can't get worms.
I said that that's how you get them.
The thing is, you may put an amusement park down there, but this is the difference. My whole body's an amusement park.
Okay.
They're sliding down my lungs, going wee. They're going on the Ferris wheel of my rib cage.
Yeah.
They're going on the intestinal roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty
Lot of
long
twists and
roller
turns.
coaster.
It's long and there's a lot of twists and
Yeah.
turns.
Mm-hmm.
They're jumping up and down on my liver. It hurts, but you know, it's anything for them.
My body is my amusement park for the worms. That's what you
Your
say.
body may be a temple, but mine's a fun house.
Mm-hmm.
You can get funnel cake in my body.
You have like a big sign that points to your mouth, and it just like flashes like a neon. Like
Yeah, many times the doctors have looked in my mouth and found that I've tattooed on my uvula
Jesus.
amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in, and it's
Yeah.
really small for the worms
Yeah.
and any other bugs that you may.
And
or
you
may
just
not want
you
to
don't
mess with.
discriminate, right? It just then you sort of.
I try not to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what have you seen? You've seen some stuff, right? I haven't watched much stuff either. We're talking about what we're going to talk about, and we don't have.
Man. Fuck.
It's been a boring week,
We should
except
just
for
stop now,
Americans. I
16
think
minutes.
they've been having like a
They've
pretty,
been having
like a week, right? They
Yeah,
were-
quite a big week in America. It seems.
Yeah, let's not talk about that because they can deal
No, I
with it.
like
Like
talking
you know
about it,
when
it's
like
funny.
when things happen in America, it's like they like it's just like whatever,
It's
when they have
really funny that he made like a huge choice that had like horrible repercussions in their own economy,
yeah
and then pretended that the things that Canada and Mexico were already doing were concessions, and then lifted the tariffs for like a
Yeah,
month.
they're-
And were like
'cause
we did have everybody.
because
We
he's a
want.
marketing guy.
It's so funny.
Because he's like, he's got the shiny keys, he's got the shiny
does
little
have the
things
shiny
in front of
keys.
you, and that's it. That's how you vote. That's how we vote for people nowadays. Is we vote for the
yeah, if
guy
you're
with the
an American.
shiniest keys. Oof. Oof.
Not like me.
Yeah,
I vote Labour.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't done much. I've been busy at work, just slaving away in the coal mines like I do. I opened up my own coal mine in my backyard and I just work it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got like a pop up coal mine.
Yeah. I've been hobbyist.
A boutique coal mine,
Yeah,
selling it out the front of your house after a long day,
Yeah,
like
I
fresh
get-
coal.
Premium coal, I call it. It's
Premium
like,
coal,
higher
yeah.
quality. Yeah, exactly.
It's a good
It's
idea.
like,
How deep
and-
do you have to go for coal?
Like very deep, like I have
Wow.
to like what it's like comparably to like other places. It isn't very deep because like the entirety of the UK is just on about one big chunk of like coal, right?
Because it's about pressure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I guess because obviously underneath the suburbs is a lot of like like emotional pressure
Yeah,
and
I
stress.
guess. Yeah.
I guess that can cause coal to form
Yeah, sure. That
underneath
makes
the suburbs.
that's you're right.
You got all
Emo-
of these families going, how am I going to pay my rent? My car bill is due. I gotta go to
emotional
work. I don't have enough time for my children. I'm missing the precious years of their life. And all of that is weighing down
Mm-hmm.
spiritually on the earth, creating coal.
and I'm the one digging it up. I'm like profit.
You're profiting off of that suffering because you don't have any of those stresses.
It's like Monsters Inc. but with suffering
It is kind of like Monsters Inc. But
and
with
coal.
suffering. Do you think you'd be good in Monsters Inc.?
Which version? The one where they make people laugh, or the one where they make you have to scare people?
Let's say scaring.
Honestly, I would imagine that would be quite an easy job.
It would. I would worry that I'd go too hard. I'd
It's like-
scare a child too much, and
And
the
they
kid
get-
would die, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "You can't we need to keep getting the screams. You can't kill them.
We have to harvest them. You have to take care of them. You can't just
There's gonna be like a whole thing. They're gonna be investigating.
But
they're
then
gonna find out about the monsters' parallel world. that
Yeah,
we
but
live in.
then you're like, well, that's something for the like next generation to care about.
Yeah, that's not my
It's
problem.
like I do my thing, like like all these like the global laughing is not real or whatever. Like the fact that laughter is gonna run out. Like I mean, this global scaring is not real, and we will have children forever, to scare. And it's for the next generation to figure out what's going on, and then you have an allegory for something.
Do you think the humans tolerate it? They're like, we know the monster world exists, but we choose not to invade it. Do we don't want to upset the balance? I guess the humans would need to be getting something from this exchange to be sacrificing their children's precious scream energy.
That's true. What do you think it is? Is it gold? Golden coins?
I think
Jewels?
information on terrorists.
That's true. That's good. That's
I think
good way.
each individual country is
That's
like
how they
getting
got-
information on the side.
That's how they got
there's a
Osama
special-
bin Laden. That's how they got Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, there's a special group of monsters within Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And they have special doors that lead to like cabinets and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
The huge like deep state meetings, and they make notes and then pass them off.
Mm-hmm.
And they go like, all right, this will buy you another 5 years of scaring our children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's we're not privy to it because it's the deep state doing it, right? It's not for us to understand.
And that's why the bad guy in the fuck, because he was trying to upset the status quo by
That's
building
true.
a machine that like completely sucked a kid dry from screams.
Yes.
And that was going to upset the balance. So humans going to start being like, you can't do this
Equivalent
unless
of
you
like
start fighting in war for us.
equivalent of like fracking.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's
It
like fracking
is like
children,
fracking,
right?
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You
They're
think
like-
about it, it's a very energy-based movie.
Yeah, true.
The machine, so the monsters are currently doing what you're doing, like humble boutique coal harvesting. And then the bad guy comes along and is like, I want to frack, I want to start fracking.
I call it a regenerative coal
Yeah.
mining.
It's environmental. It's green conscious coal mining.
Yeah, the only thing
And then
that's
they're
suffering
like,
is
"No, we
the
need to- we
canaries
need to
that
stop."
constantly dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice some tiny little stupid birds.
Have you ever seen a canary? I don't think I've ever seen a canary.
I think I've seen a canary. Like I think someone had. Like I feel like I've seen. Like one of my neighbors, my
imagine
grandparents'
being-
neighbors had a canary. I think.
Can you
in a
imagine
cage.
being a canary going into a cave and you're like, oh, brother.
Oh no!
You imagine being the canary in the cage and it's just like you're going down on the ground and you're like, oh, this can't be good, bro.
Do you think this is like the parents' canaries? This is how they're scared their kids. Like this is like the urban legends. Like
Yeah.
we'll
You'll
put
go
you
in
in
the
a
caves.
mine. We'll
You're going to put your ass in the cave if you don't behave. Go to bed.
and then it happens, and you're like, "Fuck no!"
You don't want to be the miner that gets too attached to that canary because that thing's going to drop dead and you're going to be like, I need to die with him. I'm going to breathe the gas. Take me back to little Jemmy.
The thing is that they kind of did that at one point. There was a version of the canary container where they had like a
guy in there? What?
No, they had like a oxygen thing that they could like turn on. They close off the external air and turn on like a little oxygen thing, so the canary didn't have to die because people didn't want them to die. Restored humanity, faith in humanity restored. You know
what? Faith in humanity restored.
Yeah. All
This week really broke it down with the whole secret Elon Musk takeover of all of America's money.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's coming back. I'm imagining little canary oxygen tanks on their back, and I'm going,
Yeah.
that's nice.
That's
I'm happy
nice.
for them.
People felt bad, and then they asked
I
the
felt
kids
bad,
to go back into the mines.
Yeah. Well, it's silly because you wouldn't make a child gas mask because they're just gonna outgrow it in like a
Yeah,
week.
exactly. It's a waste of material.
Exactly. Grown men and canaries, the same size forever.
Kids
But
don't
a
have
kid,
rights.
you fucking make a special buy a gas mask for him next week. They're gonna be like, this doesn't fit right. I can smell the
Yeah.
gases. We're
This
like, well,
isn't-
I guess you're smelling the gases, right?
This
Because you're not
isn't-
getting a gas mask.
This isn't the Game Boy Color. What I want.
I wanted to go. I want to go in the mines. I wanted to go to school. Well,
I wanted to get basic education, please.
well, sorry.
You need to go to the
Mines.
machines. With
Sorry,
tiny
we have
hands
to
are useful.
we have to grind your blood into fuel for the elevator.
Oh,
Sorry.
fuck.
Get in the wheel and walk on the wheel and haul up that coal.
I would love if, I would... Because, all these, societies where it's what if we had to, sacrifice people,
Yeah.
What do these societies would look like? I wish, I want to see that. I want
think it
to
would
see,
be- 'cause,
what these,
you know-
how these societies would function, in
I've-
reality.
I have thought about, how much could live human experimentation push our society forward?
That's true.
Genuinely. Because you think
Yeah.
about it, the big boom in medicine that came in the late 1800s, early 1900s in Western medicine, at least, I guess.
Yeah.
Was because they decided to let people work on corpses.
It
Up
is
until
true,
then,
'cause
they had to be
didn't-
secret about it. But then they opened it up, and they were just like, "All right, you know what? Fucking what?
Yeah, body
take a body, who cares?"
snatchers. They had body
Yeah, they used to
snatchers
have
and
the body
stuff.
snatchers going
Yeah.
and digging up graves. But
Yeah.
then eventually they were like, just take it, and then that allowed for so much more understanding of the human body. the
Yeah,
way it
because
works.
instead of
Now imagine if we cut open a guy when he's alive and be like, that's how,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
that's your next step. I think they do that already. I think surgeons open people up all constantly, and they
No,
close
but
them back up.
I mean horrible torturous.
Oh,
experiments.
okay.
It would probably
Pokemon
make society
Prodom and stuff.
awesome if we did that.
That's honestly, that's true. Yeah, I feel like, but not me. Someone else. If
Somebody
they
different.
not
Somebody
me.
who's like perhaps societally lower than me
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and you. And
Honestly, higher. Why not? Let's go higher.
me. Everybody
make-
below is like you. It's inevitable. Everybody higher than me, it's like a raffle.
Okay.
It's like unlike you draw straws, and the shortest straw is like, sorry, you have to be the sacrificial upper
Test
class
subject,
lamb.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we don't know, it's rigged. They're doing it to the people that are ruffling too many feathers.
That's true.
They give them the short straw on purpose, and they go, fucking got your ears.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking too much.
They call it the quickening too.
They call it the scrubbing.
The scrubbing of the
scrubbing. That's the
we
name
don't
of
want
my
the dirt.
Stephen King book that I'm making. About this. It's called
scrubbing.
The scrubbing.
The scrubber, and it's the man that carries the straws around, and he's.
Ooh, I just had a good. You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
After Stephen King dies, I'm gonna change my name to Stephen King and start releasing books.
That's true. That's a really good idea, and also maybe eventually you can pretend to be Stephen King. If people will forget about the old Stephen King.
Yeah,
just think-
usurp him, and then we
Yes.
build a tradition in our society where every time a Stephen King dies, a new one is elected, like the Dalai Lama.
Someone picks up the mantle of Stephen King.
They keep making Dark Tower books.
They take they copy an engram of his brain and they put it in your
They
head.
put a little piece inside of your brain.
Yeah, exactly. And
then you can
just
make the
carry
Stand 2.
the Thing, or Thing.
You can make the Shining 4. Still Shining.
Still
That's
shining.
the subtitle.
That's good.
Thank you. See, this is why I should be the next Stephen King.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm coming up
but
with
it's
amazing titles.
It's unfortunate that it's all going to be like
How
AI
about
slop.
what about It again?
How did I fuck it up? For some reason, I thought it was called This. I don't know why. It's just completely like.
I didn't hear you say The Thing, and I was like, I don't think that's Stephen Stephen King.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
completely,
I didn't want
like,
to draw
utterly-
attention to it, but yeah.
Because I got
Bro,
this,
you know this, the clown.
I have the
clown from
the
this.
stuff in my mind, like on my mind after
The
watching
Stephen King engram is not taking root yet.
this
Soon.
this stuff,
The stuff.
movie. Yeah.
I had lunch with Stuart and people, and they said you watched The Stuff on Friday. Or something.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was pretty fun. It was
Was it pretty awesome?
It was about a pretty kind of on the nose allegory of like consumerism and stuff.
Of stuff.
You know, of stuff specifically.
It was kind of on the nose allegory about stuff.
About marketing and you know, eating stuff that then poisons you, you know, because like, you know, all the sugar and corn syrup or whatever, it kills you slowly. You know.
So it's like Salo.
I guess. Yes.
Because that's what Salo was
Yeah,
about.
yeah, I guess.
They ate poo-poo.
Wait, they were eating poop, where it was
About processed
Snickers or whatever that they had.
The melted Snickers.
Melted Snickers, yeah.
No,
But
that was
it's-
Chappelle shows. They did the melted Snickers.
But yeah, basically, it was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
As
Like
Chappelle
they had some cool like practical effects when the stuff
Awesome.
comes out of people after they eat it. It's fun.
So that you eat the stuff and then the stuff comes out.
Yeah, because it's like a parasitic like entity. This stuff.
Does it taste good?
Yes, that's the point. Is
All
that
right,
like
well,
the
that's good, at
beginning?
least.
The beginning scene of the movie is literally a guy in like a quarry or like a mine or whatever, and he sees this stuff coming out of the ground, like it bubbles out
And
of the
he's
ground.
like, let me try
Yeah,
some of this."
literally, like he's like, he's like hesitant,
Yeah.
but then he like smells it, and I guess it also smells nice. He smells it and he goes, he just puts it in his mouth, and then he goes, oh.
I
This
think
just
I would.
tastes
I
so
would.
good. And then another guy comes around. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "This stuff is good. We should sell this." And then he gets the guy to eat it. And then
I think
that's
I'd
how
eat
it
the
begins.
stuff.
Yeah,
Is this
honestly.
just a microcosm of life? You consume something that's really good and then it kills you.
True.
You may as well just like condense it all right there. Eat the stuff, tastes awesome. Get killed by the stuff.
like
Done.
heroin.
Finished.
Yeah.
All done. Yeah, but you have to take like a lot of heroin, right? You
I don't
gotta
know.
get and then take a lot of heroin
feel
for
like-
it to kill you quickly.
Like in the stuff, they're like eating it constantly. You know,
Yeah, but if it's just being sold, that's easier than heroin.
that's
Now
true.
you just go into the store and
I'm
say, like,
saying,
give me
le-
20 cans of the stuff, please.
Yeah, I'm saying
Was it in
legalize
cans?
heroin, and they should be able to just pick it up in a
I'm not
Pharmacy.
saying legalize heroin.
yeah. Well, it sounds like that, but
I'm saying give me the stuff.
this could be the stuff.
Give me
But
the-
yeah,
give me
it's like
stuff, please.
it's kind of sentient, but not really at the same time. It seems to be just kind of influencing people
Is
into.
it like a fungus, maybe?
Yes, it does feel like it's more. It's
Like
less
some kind
of-
of slime fungus?
yes, it's like a slimy white thing, and
Like a slime. Ew.
I think the suggestion is more that it isn't like actually controlling people. It's just causing people to want to consume it, you know, sort of thing, and like
It's
make
like-
other people consume
it's
it.
like recursive or cyclical.
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
it is.
exactly. But it was
makes
a
you go, oh, I want. The stuff was so good. I want more stuff.
yeah, exactly. And it was pretty fun. It was like a guy who's like corporate espionage guy, a saboteur, and he's the main character in the movie, and he saves the world at the end by sabotaging the corporation that sells the stuff.
Oh, that's good.
know.
I guess in
You
the
know.
long run.
Exactly, you know. But I
'Cause
was like,
sometimes you can't just keep eating stuff.
yeah,
Everything in moderation, even stuff.
even parasitical, like ambrosia that this stuff is. You can't have too much of it.
Well, you remember Garmonbosia? Rest in peace, David.
Garambrosia. Oh well,
The creamed corn.
yeah, exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
It's kind of like
Eh?
that, right?
Fuck. I felt
You
it.
caught it.
Sneeze. It was
Yeah.
a sneeze.
It's like a balloon that's floating away and trying to grab it, and
It was
just
like right
out.
there. I could feel it right at
Yeah.
the back of like my right
Maybe,
nostril.
maybe
I
it's
was
the
like, "Here it
worms.
comes."
Maybe
Here
it's
it
the worms
comes.
on the slide, you know, in your nose. that tickled you a little.
It could be. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It's kind of
happens.
inconvenient sometimes.
Well, stuff
Well-
sounds awesome, dude.
But what have you seen? You've seen some
I've
stuff.
been reading so much Hellboy, man.
Oh, fuck.
I love Hellboy. I
Damn
liked Hellboy
Hellboy.
before conceptually, but I never got around to reading it. And now I'm reading. I'm following a reading because it's all
Guide.
very jumbled up. It's not like because there's Hellboy like you get like Hellboy Volume 1, Hellboy Volume 2, and stuff. But they kind of coincide with like the BPRD volumes as well. That are their own like separate continuity, their own separate storyline, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the Abe Sapien books and stuff, and
Okay.
they intersect with each other and stuff.
So are you reading those also?
I
then?
read a I think it's called like Multiversity or something. Some website has
Oh.
like a reading list. Here's like, oh, read these, then this, then this. So I read like a lot of Hellboy, and it was awesome. And then I started having to read the BPRD books instead, which have no Hellboy. They're Hellboy world, but no Hellboy in them. It's about
It's just some
his
guys.
friends. It's about his friends, Abe and Liz. You remember the fish guy, Abe?
Yeah, and
And
the
the
fire
fire lady, Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about them. But then also the gas guy. Do you remember the gas guy?
No,
from the
I don't
movie?
remember a gas guy.
In the second movie, they adapt him, but he's a German, not exorcist. What's the guys that talk to the dead? an exorcist.
I know what you mean.
the
A
word.
clairvoyant, not a clairvoyant, like mystic. I don't know, fucking whatever.
Some guy. Well, either way, he was that, and then a big accident happened, and he couldn't get back to his body, and then it decayed. So he's like an ectoplasm guy. So they gave him a bubble suit, basically, that he walks around in. He's called Johann Kraus.
Mm.
And then, so they put him in the second movie. There's a fourth guy I didn't know existed, who is a homunculus.
Okay.
He's like a smooth dirt guy.
He's like a golem, basically.
Yeah, he's a homunculus.
Okay.
And he's cool. He's called Roger.
Yeah.
And they're all friends of Hellboy, but Hellboy's gone because at the end of the Hellboy book,
He became Satan.
Conqueror Worm, he went away. Conqueror Worm is an awesome book. You know, let me get up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm moving away from my PC.
We need to get a sponsorship from Hellboy, because Ben's been pushing it really hard recently. Just can't stop talking. I feel like he might be a
Hey
Satanist
guys,
more than
this week
anything.
we're sponsored by Hellboy.
Hellboy specifically.
Hellboy is sponsoring us this week, guys. Here's my picks so far.
Pigs? You got your piggies
My
out?
pigs. These were the ones that were really awesome. These were the most awesomest Hellboys.
This is a tier list video without a tier list.
This
This is just the S rank and nothing else.
Awesomest Hellboy. So a lot of the earlier Hellboy volumes are like collections of stories, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like, in this issue, Hellboy is... A lot of it is Mike Mignola just, like, read a fairy tale, and then he was like, that's awesome, I want to put Hellboy in that.
Nice.
And then he puts Hellboy in the folk tale, and he kicks somebody's ass, and then it solves the problem.
Nice.
But when it got really good was Conqueror Worm. That comic is awesome, man. It's about a big fucking worm from space.
I think it might be having
Lobster
the
Johnson.
worms inside you might have something to do with this.
Yeah, probably. But so at the end of Conqueror Worm, Hellboy was like, I quit the BPRD, I need to go on a soul-searching journey, but also they're assholes because they tried to blow up
Ayahuasca. I need to
Roger.
drink ayahuasca.
He
in the
goes
Amazon.
well, he goes into the ocean and then is stuck at the bottom of the ocean for 2 years.
Oh no.
He goes to Africa first, and
cool.
he journeys around Africa, and then he gets sucked up by witches, by ocean witch.
Sucked off and by witches? Wow.
Oh, bro, I wish. Mm-hmm. So he got sucked down to the bottom of the ocean for a few years, and then when he came back up, he got stranded on some weird island. And then he did something. He did
Wow.
something big.
Wow.
He like
Riveting.
found out a lot about his past and stuff. Anyway, either way, but he leaves the BPRD at that point, and then that's when sort of when the BPRD comics pick up.
He's
And
not
at
fed
first-
anymore.
Well, at first they were like same as Hellboy, a lot of like little stories and stuff, you know, just shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like varied artists in them, you know.
Okay.
So every issue will
always
have
fun.
like a different artist. It might even be completely written by a different person, you know. So there's
Mm-hmm.
some of them are a bit hit and miss. Some of them are cool little concepts, you know, little like 20-page stories that will wrap up at the end, and you're like, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, they start getting their own when they find a bit of a direction with it, and it becomes all about the frogs. There's
Okay.
a plague of frogs.
Okay, it's like a play. Yeah, it's one of the like. Isn't that like one of the things that happen in the Bible or something? Or it's like frogs fall from
So
the sky.
it was one of the first things.
Or is
that
it the
happened
Egyptian
in
plagues
Egypt
or whatever?
with
Yeah,
Moses?
yeah.
And then the first sons get killed. It's not related to that. It's the people
not
are being
related.
turned into frogs.
Oh,
They're being like evolved. You know, remember Star Trek?
Oh,
Voyager?
they get, yeah.
They get turned into. They get hyper.
But are they
evolved
like,
into
but are they
frogs.
humanoid frogs? Or are they like legitimate?
They're more like bestial,
Okay.
big, human-sized like monster frogs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all. It's the first step in bringing about the end of the world, basically.
Oh no, that's a very.
Because they all
kind
have
of
they all have
specific-
like epigenetic memory of like the old gods.
Oh,
So they all
just,
spread around really quickly and then start doing little cult worships all over America.
yeah, well,
And
that's
they
where you
put a
gotta
stop
catch
to
them
that and
early.
stuff.
You know, you gotta catch that shit early before it spreads. You know,
But
This
there's some
guild
really
worshipping.
fucking awesome designs in the. I'm enjoying the BPRD stories way more than I thought I would.
What about the RIPD instead?
We don't gotta talk about them. It was like they really were just like, let's do Men in Black, but it's
Yeah,
angels and
but you're
devils,
angel and you're
and nobody
dead.
wants to see it.
Yeah, that's insane. They made a second
RIPD.
one, didn't they? They made a sequel to that.
They did way later, and I think it seems like the kind of simple sequel where they were like, we're kind of contractually obligated to make this.
I don't know. I don't know how those contracts work. Like I
don't
can't.
know how
Like
they
how
work
can you
either.
do that? Like how can you make an entire production company go like you gotta make a sequel? Like is that it? Does
Pay
that
them,
exist?
You pay them. You paid them money up front. You're like,
Why
you're
would
like,
you do that?
You order 2 movies because you're
Who?
like, this concept has legs. I don't know, guys are executives.
The
That ordered
RIPD
for
guys?
RIPD. They go, we want like two of these because we think this will be our big. Because this was around like when Marvel was huge. They were
Yeah, I
like, we need our
guess.
own franchise.
And
So
have
let's get 2. Because you
Ryan
remember they also
Reynolds
did.
and,
You remember they tried to bring back Men in Black as well.
yes.
They
with
had like Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
and
Hemsworth, yeah.
somebody else. Wasn't it, the
was-
lady who plays Valkyrie?
Yes,
right?
it was. Yes, yes. That's
His friend
exactly
from the
person.
4 movies.
The 4. Yeah, they just took the
And
same
now
people.
Taika Waititi's partner, I believe.
Well,
Well, all that to say, Hellboy
maybe he'll make
rules.
good movies again.
Hellboy's awesome.
That's good.
I'd recommend it so far. It's sick. It's just it's honestly, it's very well written as well.
Mhm.
Mike Mignola is a very good writer and
yeah.
artist. So, you know, all these little Hellboy wanders into a folktale stuff, they usually hit very well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
What will he do?
he's got a good eye for folk stories, you know.
What will you do when you finish reading? How much have you got left?
There's a lot, dude.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's a lot of
Fuck.
Hellboy. I won't do every week like Hellboy update. It was a
Hellboy
big week because I
update.
didn't watch too much else. I like watched Jura #2 and Gladiator 2, both movies that I didn't see the first.
The
one
next
of,
time I
which
see
is
you'll be
unfortunate.
paint yourself red and you
Yeah.
put a styrofoam like arm, like big arm on your right arm or whatever. Left is it right arm or left arm actually?
It's his right hand,
Yeah.
the right hand of doom.
Mm-hmm. And and I'll be like, Ben, you can't do this. And then you say, why can't I do this? And I like, actually, I don't know. You can actually.
You're
do
gonna be
this.
like, it just seems not good.
Yeah, I feel like this should be outlawed in some way. You know?
And I can have the big horns, the big like sanded down horns
Yeah.
on my head.
But they're
And
just
also
stuck
I'm
on your.
balding, and I have
Yeah.
the little like short ponytail like bun at the back.
Yeah, and you have a soul patch. I think. Does he have a soul patch? He
No,
has a soul patch.
he's got like mutton chops.
I think mutton chops should come back. Honestly,
You could bring them back. I don't think I can grow them. Actually,
I
to be honest.
also watched Juror 2.
Did you watch that this week?
Have you? No, it was a while back at this point. I
it
haven't
was
watched
it's a Clint
Juror
Eastwood
1,
film.
so I can't really comment on that
I already
one.
made that joke.
Oh, did you? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you talked over me. I said I watched Gladiator 2 and Juror number 2, both films. I didn't see the first ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
you kind of completely sandbagged.
Yeah,
me
because I
and
was
then made the exact
focusing.
same
I was.
joke.
I was
And I'll be honest, you made a
focusing-
worse version of it
I
because
was
mine had a better
focusing
lead in
on
with
the
Gladiator.
Hellboy, because we've been talking about it for 10
Juror
minutes.
number 2 was pretty good. I liked it. Good performance. It's a Clint Eastwood film, so it's very like down to earth. It's just like a drama, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very old man, so it's
Don't-
not like he can film anything crazy.
Don't know if that's how Cult works, but it is like just kind of 12 Angry Men.
I mean, it's definitely a messed up situation, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you're on the jury for a crime that you committed, but you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. At the end of we never really know. It's very open ended.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. You could
never
like
know.
there is enough evidence to doubt him, so he doubts his innocence.
She
right?
could
But
have just slipped and fell,
yeah.
and he maybe just hit a deer. The
did-
chances of it are very low
Like
because it syncs up too well.
The thing that would exonerate him is if they like tested the car or something for like the blood or something. If it was like the
Well, that
animal's
was
blood or
a
something.
bit-
You know?
But
he
that
covered
was
up,
sort of like
you know,
a
he
big
already-
part of the movie is how rushed everything is nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
And not without good reason, because there's too much to do. You know,
Yeah.
it's
And-
not like an unfounded complaint of the system, I suppose.
Yeah, and like the kind of like people, you know, trying to climb, you know, a career climb, and just
Well, you
wanna
have to give up to be able to do that. You know.
Yeah, you have to just kind of bash these things
Yeah, you're allowed
out,
to
you know, rather than nobody's gonna pay you more because you took a bit more time, you know, and made sure, right? It's and of course, and also kind of the justice system in general is like kind of vibes based, right? You know, it's like
yeah, no, definitely.
kind of
well,
go
like
like
that's where the big thing is. Like the reason they got that guy
yeah,
is because they were like, well, he fits the bill, and then they didn't
Yeah.
go for anybody else, which is, you know, a thing that happens all the time, and especially in the U.S., where it's like the real inherently the idea of the police is that they should catch the person that did it, right?
yeah,
But as it has gone on, that is not how it works out, and instead the system is more aligned with catch anybody who fits the bill.
exactly. And it's like
Catch
the thing
a
is,
guy that will confess to it, basically.
yeah, and the fact that like the jurors themselves, right, when you get called for jury service, like you are kind of frozen in time for the time being.
yeah.
Like you are
They've all
not
got lives
allowed
to get on
to.
with, but they can't get on with them until we just go.
Yeah, you have to like a lot of people, especially like you know, people, for example, that you know live paycheck to paycheck for like they get put on a jury and they suddenly their income like falls, you know, even more, and it's like how do you expect people to act kind of in the full interest of like of getting like doing it properly, you know, like everybody rushes, like you said. It's like I just want to get out of here, you know, I just want to fucking get the fuck out, be done with this, you know. But yeah, and it's like the idea of like you said, it's like putting anybody in the fucking behind bars. Like, did they have enough
Finding
evidence?
the guy is
Yeah.
not the crucial part. Is finding a guy.
Yeah, did they have enough evidence that he did it? Not really, you know.
but
Like,
it was character based.
but it was character based. He had like the gang tattoos. I think he had a gang tattoo on him. So they,
Yeah, but that was another big part of it, is about change. You know, can somebody really change?
yeah, because it's literally the main character. That's like
main character is also
because he
like-
was a drunk. He was an
He was a
alcoholic.
drunk, and he's also the guy that probably actually killed the lady.
Yeah, and he also did Nosferatu. I think.
Can he? Is it not worth that he's the one that gets to continue living in the world and spreading good, and not the guy who used to be a criminal.
I'm gonna say yes.
There's a lot of fear. He's very afraid. It's a very genuine, because it's like, yeah, the way Kiefer Sutherland's character goes into it as well, as like, there's not really a way out. If you tell people that you think you did it, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, then you're gonna go to prison then.
Yeah, like there isn't gonna be like.
Yeah, there's really not going to be much of a trial.
And it's literally him inside the system that's going to judge him later, you know? Like, realizing that, people are just going to, like, put me in jail, you know?
He really does completely have a golden ticket here.
Yes, he has, like, a perfect kind of victim,
immoral
right?
golden ticket.
Mm-hmm. And
that he didn't even know he needed.
He could have got away with this if he didn't start prying himself, you know, like that's the thing, is like his conscience didn't let him just let it
and
happen,
because of that it led more people to start to realize, like, and key in a bit, like there's something about this guy. He's kind of
he's kind of weird, you know. There's something
this Nicholas Hoult guy is letting on more than he knows, I think.
And he does make like quite a lot of like kind of mistakes that are like, when he follows the cop to the that's like, that cop would have been like, there's something, like, you're being fucking shady, man. Like,
I think the cop suspected him.
Yeah, I know. I think
because
that's like
he gives him the list later on, and he's like, "So you'll help me curate this, right?"
Yeah.
And one of these cars is the car you've got on there, so we could just cross you off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like it's like the ending, I feel like, is a little bit like, I feel like that entire thing would have become to like a mistrial. Like the entire thing would have been like buried, because like, or either they would have to find other people to work on the case, because like the lady, she would have basically had to say that she didn't act in, like, you know, properly as a lawyer.
But that's like the issue at the end. That's why it's so open-ended, because you're like, they both have so much to lose by, you know, performing actual justice.
Yeah, exactly. And then
or they could both just live in their perverted, warped sense of justice.
Yeah, that's true.
Know? That's the question. You don't know the answer. Cause
I feel like
it ends.
Everyone should have a motto, like, you know, we'll live by the motto of "I got mine," and then, you know, move on.
Yeah, I think we should basically lean heavier into individualism.
Individualism, yeah.
And if somebody else gets fucked over, well, it's not my problem.
Well, I shouldn't have been a gang member, you know. Shouldn't have been.
The jury should be made up of people involved, not me. I've got to steer clear. I got work to do. Okay, I'm not going to be locked into some fucking 8-month-long OJ trial. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess the gloves don't fit out. I guess.
Fuck it.
Who gives a shit? I don't know.
We'll acquit. Gloves don't fit. Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Another movie that I also watched, that you also watched, that we can kind of mention, I guess, is
Gladiator 2.
What?
Gladiator 2?
No, Anora.
I haven't watched Anora.
Did you not watch Anora?
I was gonna go to the cinema, but I ended up not, because I couldn't be bothered.
Oh,
so I have not.
Because I remember you. I remember you saying
this is a film I have to watch because it's an Oscar pick. It's currently the front runner because of all the controversy as well.
Is it? Does it have controversy?
No, it's
like the one without controversy.
Well, it does have some controversy, but it's not real controversy.
Really?
It's like kind of half a... They didn't have an intimacy coordinator on set.
Oh.
And there was a bit of a stink where people were like, you need to have intimacy coordinators. But then people involved in the film were like, we were kind of chill. I'm on the side of, I think you should have an intimacy coordinator, but if everybody around is just kind of chill with it, I guess it's like, well, you're all adults.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm not
gonna poo-poo on that. Anyway, Anora's a bit of a front runner, though.
I did like that movie, but we can talk about it when you see it.
I'll watch it for next week. Then.
What about Gladiator 2?
Well, I was going to say, back on the Oscar, because we could talk about Emilia Perez.
We talked about it
last week. I mean, we could talk about the controversy.
Oh.
Now, not only is everybody saying, why is this movie nominated, it was kind of ass. now everybody's also saying the lady in it is evil.
It's a big rake stepper sort of movie, isn't it? It's just the more people step into it, and the more like deeper people actually looked into it, the more like just fucking shit's pouring
She
out
really
of it,
should
you
have
know?
like kept. She first of all, she was like, "Oh, the other movie is putting out a hit on us. They're putting out an intentional hit on us," and everybody was like, "What are you talking about?" And
Yeah,
then they
you're
started
fucking
looking at
insane.
all of her old tweets that were like, the Oscars is turning into an Afro-Korean film festival, and it was like. And people were like, "Wow, you're super racist, lady."
Yeah, it's in the. Have you seen the interview of the director where he's like, the Spanish language is the language of like the underprivileged, the immigrants,
Yeah,
the poor,
generally,
and like,
his
and I
whole
was like,
thing is
fuck
being
off,
bad,
man.
dude.
Like,
His whole thing is being because they were like, yeah, we basically didn't do any research into Mexican culture because it wasn't important to
yeah,
us.
it's like absolutely not visible in the fucking movie when
It
you
will-
watch it, where it's like it's just a horrible.
It will
kind
make
of
it
prestige.
even funnier if Emilia Perez ends up winning like Best Picture.
It can,
will
like, it
make
can. It got
I don't
so
think it
much.
will at this point, but it will be really funny if it does.
It got like it can't. Like unless like they had the thing. I don't even know how the kind of academy does it. Do they vote later or do they vote when they nominate stuff? I don't know, like how that works.
No, they vote later, I think.
Okay, so
Because they have the nominations, and then they vote. I guess I don't know. I'm not in the academy.
Mm-hmm.
We should try and get into the academy. I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah, I feel like we should work to change the academy from the inside, where you can. The list is public of all the people in academy, and you can see what they voted for each category, and then people can like come to your house and kill you when they see what you've picked. You know,
I agree.
I feel like that's what we should do.
I agree.
But yeah,
Like
so
the
what about
president.
Gladiator? Would you like Gladiator?
Where were the MF Doom mask didn't even turn up once, man. I'm pissed off.
Did you sat in the MF2 mask that I printed for you? Did you sat watching? You're like, what's going on? Why the fuck am I wearing the mask?
There's only one beer left.
Nice.
Rap stitches studied.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That one.
Yeah,
I was basically doing that the entire movie.
and you.
No,
yeah.
I don't know. It was fine. It was like a fucking. I'm not a huge Ridley Scott head personally. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I've not been
I think
keeping
he's
up.
he's a very accomplished filmmaker, but I think he's not to my tastes personally.
What else has he made? He made The House of Gucci.
I think he's
and that's
made
when
like some bullshit nobody cares about. There's something
Dark
called,
Knight,
like, Alien or
Last Duel,
something.
I think, also.
Something called Alien. I think some bullshit called like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Some crap.
He made
nobody
like
gives
a
fuck
Blade
about.
Runner director cut or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think he made like a Cyberpunk the movie or something.
Yeah.
I think he made like Cyberpunk 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think he worked on the game maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it's a historical epic. There's a lot of action. There's some good fight scenes, I suppose. I don't know. It was fine.
He fought with swords.
I didn't have any connection because I've not seen Gladiator 1. That's the one everybody likes, I think.
Yeah, did you not feel like when you see a field of wheat to walk through it and drag your hand across like the top?
What does that mean?
That's like the famous scene from the
Because there's a bit at the end of the film where somebody is walking through a field of wheat.
Because it's like that's the main character.
touching the wheat.
What is he called? What is he called?
I think he was called like Longinus Maximilius or something.
Russell Crowe or
Russell
whatever.
Crowe's character. So this guy, the main character, is Russell Crowe's son in this film by chance.
Yeah.
Does Russell Crowe die at the end of the first film?
Yes. But he dies
Did he have
in a
a
way
son?
where
Did he
it's
fuck
like,
at any point in the movie? I thought the thing in the
I thought
first
his
movie was
family
Russell
got
Crowe
killed. That's the
yeah,
thing.
his like wife and child get killed, right?
Maybe, but
Does he have sex with a lady after that in the movie?
Maybe you might be right. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a while, and the only thing I remember is the
never
last
seen it.
duel with Joker and Gladiator fighting. You know,
Is he Joaquin Phoenix's brother?
The son? What?
No, Russell Crowe.
I don't
Is he
think
Joaquin
so.
Phoenix's brother?
don't
Because the
think so.
movie
I'm
is like
confused. I would have
the
to
second
rewatch
movie has
Gladiator
put
1.
the second movie has put the idea in my mind that Russell Crowe was a secret emperor. He was like the long lost brother,
I don't remember, man.
and now his son is back. They killed his awesome wife. Pedro Pascal did.
Mhm.
Killed his Pedro Pascal killed and took away the nation that Paul Mescal Gladiator
Maybe I
was
need to
living in.
rewatch the first Gladiator because I don't
And
remember
watch
shit.
Gladiator too, man. Because you've got weird, fucked up,
Maybe I should just
inbred twins in this one.
Maybe I should just because it's that I know that
And a monkey.
Joaquin Joker was having sex with his sister. Yeah, in the first one. So I guess that's
fucked up.
the result. I guess of that. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
because there's two fucked up boys.
How do they know that they're fucked up? Like, how does he point at them and go like, "That's my fucked up twins"?
What? No, Joaquin Phoenix is dead. He's not.
Oh yeah, of course he gets killed, but like someone else. I
I'm
guess.
saying you, the viewer, are looking at them
Oh,
and going,
okay,
"Oh,
you're
these
like
are
that.
two fucked up twins."
They must be a result of incest. Is that what your conclusion
Yes.
was? Okay.
They're like.
alright.
Do you remember the McPoyles in
Oh yeah.
Always
yeah.
Sunny?
Okay.
They were basically the two brothers from the McPoyles
Okay.
in Gladiator 2 are basically the Emperor.
That'd be funny.
I
if
don't
were
think they have sex
literally
with
the
each other,
McPoyles were
but
like wearing
they are weird.
like yeah, they're just wearing
It
like
would have been
the
good casting. I think those guys are too old. now.
greasy clothes the entire time.
One of them is the Human Torch, I found out.
Yeah.
In the upcoming Fantastic
one?
Four film.
Yeah, no.
One of them is him.
Do you like the design for the Thing in this movie?
I
the
do.
trailer.
I like the more old
They made
old
him-
style comic book look.
That they made him more lean in this one.
He's smaller, but he's got that big the Thing eyebrows,
Yes, he does.
which is awesome. I like that look. He
Well,
looks
I
very
wish-
goofy.
I
I like
wish-
the Thing a lot. The Thing is awesome, dude.
I wish it was a costume.
I think a costume would have been better.
I feel like we
rather
should
than
just-
CGI, I agree.
It's a cop out to not have a costume.
Because the Fantastic Four, the 2000s one,
Yeah.
Michael Chiklis, the Thing,
Yes, he is.
didn't look good, but
No.
also was a really good costume.
Yeah, and it does feel like the sort of costume that slowly kills you as you wear it. So I
Maybe
choose the-
it's some chemicals seeping in. I don't know.
he becomes the Thing at the end.
We
of
can
shoot.
certainly agree that it is a better the Thing than the Fantastic one,
Yeah,
where he's like just like a really generic
rock.
guy.
Yeah, it's got like no definition whatsoever.
But I think the Thing, the Ben Grimm in the upcoming Fantastic Four film, the trailer came out today. That's why we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna sell the film. I think the film's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be, I'm thinking they're gonna do a good job on it.
People are gonna be like the Thing. They're gonna go out to the streets. They're gonna
But the
scream,
thing
"The
is
Thing."
gonna be like the emotional core of the film.
True.
Because Ben Grimm is a very tragic character.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
is. Like everybody else in the Fantastic Four are like okay. They're like
They all
they're-
lucked out.
They got
lucked out.
locked out, and fucking the Thing got. And also they called him fucking the Thing, which is
They
like,
called him the Thing.
come on, man. Like, can't I have a fucking name? They call me the
Well,
Thing.
that was the I think I saw a page of it, but I haven't read this comic. But they tried to like not necessarily retcon the idea of him being like you're the Thing and I'm Mr. Fantastic. But they tried to like rationalize it a bit more, contextualize it in a way that was interesting, where it's like he was very. He felt like they needed that kind of branding so people wouldn't be scared of all of the fucked up powers.
Yeah, I feel
You
like
know?
there
They
is
kind
a
of needed to, although he's the Thing, and they're leaning into the idea that he's a monster. If they weren't being so over the top and like, we're the Fantastic Four, I'm Mr. Fantastic, people would have tried to kill that rock guy.
Yeah, that's true. And like I feel like that
Which I think is
a shot in the trailer where there's like a bunch of kids wearing the Thing masks, and I feel like maybe it's like trying to reconstruct, like trying to say as like instead of like the Thing as in like it's a thing, you know, but like the Thing as like
He's
I'm a
a
celebrity, I'm the Thing, you know.
I like the Thing a lot. I'm looking forward to when he's going to come to Marvel Rivals. I want to play as the Thing.
Do you think?
He's awesome, dude.
Do you think he has he's like he's uncircumcised now because like it grows back over his penis?
It's a very good question. I don't think anything grows back. If anything, he loses stuff because he doesn't have hair or anything anymore.
That's true.
And he probably doesn't have
his
nipples.
His genitalia falls off, you think?
No, I think he's
Or it's
got
like just
genitals.
Yeah.
No, I think he's still like circumcised.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine it's like a stack of rocks, but then the rock on top is bigger?
It's just like a mushroom cap, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening to Dead Ensigns. Number 1, The Thing fan cast. I've been Ben, this has been Max. Next week we'll talk about Honora, and I guess we could talk more about Gladiator if you end up rewatching Gladiator 1.
I don't know if I feel like watching Gladiator. I'd rather watch some garbage.
I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna watch Gladiator 1.
And I'm gonna be playing fucking Kingdom Come. I'm gonna be Kingdom Coming all week. You know,
I'm gonna be Kingdom Coming in the gay character.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quite hungry all week.
I'm gonna be quite hungry for penis.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Digital
quite hungry for cock all week.
That's awesome, dude. I'm glad that guy put like a gay character in, because now all of the people who thought it was an awesome based game are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because gay people didn't exist in the medieval times, okay?
Medieval people fucking hated penis. They had purity and they loved crusading. Every time they had a gay thought, they had a crusade. Damn it, come on.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know.
If you'd like to talk about how the Fantastic Four, The Thing, has affected you, please email us deadensons@gmail.com or leave a comment on our YouTube where we upload a podcast every week. You can comment on this very episode if you're listening to it. But if you don't feel like doing that, we would at least appreciate a subscribe and a like. But if you're not listening to it on YouTube, you can also save it or subscribe or like it or rate it on whatever podcast thing you're listening to it on. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, any of that stuff. Apple Podcasts, I think it's not iTunes. Apple Podcasts.
I think it is, yeah.
Until next week, though, have a beautiful week. We'll talk about Honora next time, and we'll have a great, lovely day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.